Hey, good morning everybody, and it's Chris Wilson with Upstream Vitality, a grassroots healing production. Welcome into the channel. Been really busy here lately, and so apologize for not having the daily cab talks up as normal. I been just studying a bunch, and I have just so much schoolwork, and man, I love it. I mean, yeah, it keeps me super busy, but it just gives me so much more knowledge that I can bring to you guys, and that's what I love about it. And I just wanted to give you all an update here on our daily cab talks. Obviously, I'm in my dump truck, my mobile office right now, and I wanted to talk about glutathione. The reason being is because it's mainly our body's own natural antioxidant. In fact, it's like the master antioxidant. It's the strongest antioxidant. And I wanted to talk about my wife. You know, that's what I'm here to do, and it's to heal her. And I guarantee you, if I can heal her, I can heal you, because she was riddled by hidden infections through infected root canals. And you know what? I'm gonna put some pictures in this video so you guys can see that. So yeah, and I'll show you the cysts and infected areas in her cavitations. Cavitation is different from a cavity. Cavity, as we know it, is decay in the tooth. Cavitation, however, is decay and infection in the jaw bone. And this occurs whenever you have a orthopedic, oh my goodness, orthodontic surgeon who's removing your wisdom teeth, and he does it incorrectly. So, or any tooth for that matter. That is how you wind up with cavitations. You have fragments of tooth left over into the jawbone, and it creates infection and creates underlying. Let me turn this bad boy around right here. There we go. That's better. That way y'all can see me better and not have to worry about the steering wheel being in the way. So I ordered DMSA, dimercaptosuccinic acid, which is a water-soluble chelating agent, and it goes into the tissue. It's a true binder. It binds on to heavy metals and actually gets them out of the deeper tissue. Now, you can't do this until you properly remove the amalgam fillings, the silver fillings in your mouth, which I have done through a IAOMT, or biological dentist, down in Marble Falls, Dr. Freeman, Nunnally and Owens' office down there, and give them a call. So I have the DMSA, and I've got the Cellular Core Detox Kit, and this is just like a little core package based on Dr. Pompa's 5 R's to your journey. It's a roadmap. It's his philosophy, and I thank Yahweh for bringing him into my life so I can see how to get well and get my life back, and ultimately get my wife back and have her get her life back. Oh my, there's a lot of rhyming there. But anyway, so glutathione, what is it, why we need it, and how does it play a critical role at the cellular level? That's what I want to talk about. So in this process, and my wife is actually going to wait until after the 4th of July to allow me to start chelating her properly. And we've got Cyto Detox, which is also a true chelator and binder. It's powered with EDTA, so this will really help with the biofilms from, you know, the toxins that have accumulated over time, especially from her exposure to black mold. You know, that creates biotoxins, which create these biofilms inside for other you know, parasitic and bacterial infections to hide under. And the Cyto Detox with the EDTA that I sell, because I'm a true cellular detox practitioner, and this is part of our protocol, is a true cellular detox. It's a registered trademark of Dr. Pompa, so it's not my own thing. I'm working under his program here, and it's to bring a level of awareness to people on detox really truly happens at a cellular level. And the reason being is because when the cell is blunted and inflamed and rigid, it can't properly do its job by excreting toxins and then allowing good stuff like nutrients to come into the cell. And so we have to fix the cell, as Dr. Pompa says, in order to really get well. You can't do that. I mean, all these other detox supplements and protocols that are on physician shelves and health food store shelves, they focus on downstream pathways. And what I mean by that is you see the colon cleanse, the liver cleanse, the kidney cleanse, the gallbladder cleanse, but those are all downstream. And I'm not saying that those are bad to do, they're good, but it's just going to be a roller coaster ride of up and down like this, because yes, you're getting motility in the gut, but you're not going to have true healing at a cellular level. So you're going to be chasing symptoms still. And oftentimes, if you can't properly excrete these toxins, you're going to do what's called auto intoxication, where you're recirculating the toxins, because the liver, when it dumps bile into the gut, there's nothing there to truly catch on to the toxins, and the toxins are stored in that bile. And so the bile is reabsorbed in the upper GI tract, and it goes back and is recycled into the gallbladder so the liver can reutilize it. And that's because it saves cellular energy to have to recreate that kind of stuff. And so intracellular glutathione is what we have in our product that's part of the body phase in our True Cellular Detox kit. And the reason I'm going to use that on my wife is because I want to strengthen the cell's ability to be able to move toxins out and be able to move good stuff in. And so we finally got that in the mail. And I also got my bind in the mail. So the bind, why that's good too, is because it's a true physician pharmaceutical grade binder with humates and a pharmaceutical grade carbon to truly bind onto the toxins. As Dr. Pompa would say, this acts as a catcher's mitt in the gut, so it never leaves the gut. So when the bile is dumped into the gut, that bind will capture all the toxins and truly grab onto them as a catcher's mitt would, and properly remove those from the body, so that way the upper GI tract doesn't reabsorb the bile and the toxins with it. They'll be kind of separated, if you will. So it's the same thing in your car. Whenever you're burning oil, the filter is what catches all the debris and then recycles the oil back up into the motor. So that bind is your oil filter, and it's to catch onto the debris, in this case the toxins, and then recycle that bile back up into the gallbladder and the liver. So the 5R roadmap to recovery, as according to Dr. Pompa's philosophy, we have R number 1, removing the source of the toxicity. In this case, my wife, it was black mold. We left the home. It was the hidden infections in her root canal and her jawbone from the cavitations, and it was the mercury toxicity, you know. And so we've properly removed these plagues, if you will, from her life, and now we're on the road to recovery. And does it take time? Yes. It is July. I had this procedure done on her back in February, so March, April, May, June. It's been 4 months that we've been detoxing. Is it cheap? No. But I tell you what, I will do anything in my power and ability to get my wife her life back. I will go into debt, because I would rather be broke and poor, knowing that I have the health and vitality of my wife, rather than saying, oh, it's okay, you don't have to go on that kind of stuff. That's just all, it's whatever. That's not even real. But I truly believe if you remove the source of toxicity, that the body has the power to heal itself from within. Okay, so if you were to take 2 glasses of water and you fill one up halfway and you fill one up just all the way to the brim where there's still about this much room from the glass, and you shake them, which one is going to spill over, obviously by the vigorous shaking, which one will spill over quicker first? Well, that's the obvious answer, correct. The one that's always full. And the reason being is because it's full. So everybody, based upon their genetic makeup, and some are more fortunate than others or blessed than others, has a bucket. And I like to say that everybody has multiple buckets, you know. And what I mean by this is that there's a bucket in everybody's cells that whenever it fills up due to toxins, the bucket will be like that glass of water and fill up. And just the slightest shake of stress, whether it's physical, whether it's chemical, whether it's emotional, will cause that water to spill over, or in this case, our toxin buckets to overflow, creating inflammation, widespread inflammation. And what we do here with the IDS system, the intracellular detox kit, the intracellular glutathione, and the bind, here's what these products do. So we want to empty our toxic burden, that is our bucket, in order to get well. We have to reduce the amount of toxicity. You see, from the time that we leave our mother's womb, this was a study put out by the Environmental Working Group, the EWG.org. You can go in there and just type in chemicals found in baby's umbilical cord, in the blood. They have found 287 chemicals within the blood of the umbilical cord. So before the baby even leaves the chute, the baby is already exposed to 287 chemicals. Out of 400 chemicals tested, 180 of those are known cancer-causing chemicals. And we wonder why we're seeing rates of autism skyrocketing, dementia, Asperger's, sensory disorders, and childhood obesity, childhood diabetes. You know, type 2 diabetes used to be called onset adult diabetes mellitus. Here we have an epidemic of childhood diabetes, childhood cancers. Childhood cancer is the #1 cause of disease-related death in children. And it's crazy. And what are we to do about this? Well, we have to understand that toxins drive inflammation, which drives chronic illness and disease. Are we going to be able to remove ourselves and live in a bubble for the rest of our life to escape and avoid toxicity? No, we're not. But we must recognize that in order to protect ourselves, we have to be protecting our body's immune system, because it has the innate ability to be able to protect and heal itself. It should be able to rid the body of itself of the toxins that we're exposed to. But because we're coming out of the chute, the womb, with 287 toxins, 180 of which are known to cause cancer, that should be a red flag. That should alert and worry you. We have to do our utmost diligence in order to protect ourselves and our livelihood. If you want to live a long, happy, healthy life to see your great-grandchildren, your grandchildren thrive and live. I don't want to live to be plagued by medications. I want to get to the root cause and go upstream far enough to receive my vitality and also to restore other people's vitality. So it's estimated that there's 72 trillion cells in the body, and as I said, each one of these having their own bucket. And when those cells start filling up, what happens is they start triggering genes, which drives inflammation and losing cell function. This is called epigenetics. That old scientific dogma about, oh, well, you're going to be cancerous or have breast cancer because your mom had it. No, it's the fact that our environment plays a role on which genes that we express. Yes, we may be predisposed to the gene that causes breast cancer, but if we protect ourselves and do the right thing, we can choose whether or not we express that gene or not. And it's the science in the new emerging field of epigenetics, and super interesting stuff in that field of research. So the intracellular detox kit that I purchased for my wife, and again, I can get these products to you if you're interested. Just leave a comment or email me at ketoguide@yahoo.com, or go to my website at Upstream Vitality and leave me an email. So we have to remove the toxin, that's the R1, remove the source of toxicity. We have to regenerate the cell membrane. If you think of the cell, and I'll have to try to draw this for you or show you on a slide in the video, you've got the cell and it's got a bilipid layer, and when that cell membrane is inflamed and becomes rigid, it blunts the receptors for hormones such as testosterone, estrogen, insulin, leptin. What are some other ones? My mind's blanking now. But anyway, do you think those hormones are important? Yeah, they are. And what is insulin? Insulin is known as the fat storage hormone. What is leptin? Leptin is known as the fat burning hormone. Estrogen and testosterone. We know about all these hormones. You know, we can be a hormonal mess. We oftentimes say that women are often too hormonal, And it's true. They in essence, they are. But we all are. Men, we're not off the hook either. And if you think about it, the IDS kit, the G Cell, which is the product that I have, I don't have the bottle with me to show you, but I'll put a picture in the video. It raises intracellular glutathione, therefore enabling the cell's ability to lower inflammation. So what that means is your own master antioxidant within your body, whenever that becomes hindered, you're not able to excrete toxins as well. So what the cell's ability to do by increasing the glutathione within the cell will decrease and lower inflammation, which is good. This will help for your body's ability to recycle cells through a process called apoptosis, programmed cell death. And I don't even want to get into that because that's a whole nother video. So R3, we obviously want to restore the cellular energy, and glutathione plays an important role in cellular energy. R4, reducing inflammation, which is what we're trying to do here through a cellular healing diet by increasing our intake of healthy fatty acids, healthy fats, saturated fats in avocados, nuts and seeds, olive oils, coconut and MCT oils. And we want to reestablish methylation, that's R5. So again, this is a roadmap to recovery based on Dr. Pompa's philosophy of 5 R's. And when you raise glutathione, you raise your body's ability to methylate. Methyl groups are needed to remove the source of the toxins from the cell. And when we look at true cellular detox, we're talking about what's building up in the cell to affecting cellular function, okay? And the cell has a mechanism to deal with inflammation and oxidation. See, the oxidation these toxins cause, and it's the glutathione, okay? We have to understand why glutathione is so important. This is the key. And if you look on PubMed, just understand this. Go to PubMed, which is a public medical data research of all kinds of studies. There's 107,000 plus studies on PubMed about glutathione alone and its effect on the cell. Remember, we were talking about epigenetics earlier. Epigenetics is the study of the environment and its role on genetic expression, what we expose ourselves to, and how that plays a key role on what we express. Hang on, I'm turning. I'm trying to look at my GPS here to see where my next turn is. Okay, so the effect on the cell, which is epigenetics, good things or bad things can happen, whether diseases or longevity. So we can turn on genes that promote longevity, or we can turn on genes that promote disease, and that's obviously bad. So as we know, inflammation is at the root cause and the core of disease at a cellular level. And what I want to talk about with glutathione, when you ingest or when you inject it, it doesn't necessarily have the full potential or ability to reach the cell. Now, the product that I have that's called G-Cell, you do ingest that orally through a capsule, but it does have the ability to reach the cell through liposomal technology. And it's got the ability to stay inside the cell and cross through the gut and not be destroyed by gastric acid. Okay. Sorry, I'm in my neighborhood now. So glutathione, it's basically a tripeptide made up of 3 amino acids. NAC, N-acetylcysteine, is the active form. And if you lack the N-acetylcysteine, it diminishes glutathione in the cell, and glutathione, GSSG, is an oxidized form of glutathione which can escape the cell easily. So it takes a lot of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the powerhouse of your cells produced by the mitochondria, to create energy. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of glutathione. So I just want to kind of recap here and give you the many roles of glutathione. DNA synthesis and repair, this is epigenetics. Glutathione plays a factor in this. Protein synthesis. Glutathione helps make hormones. Remember, if your cell is rigid and inflamed, the hormone receptors on that cell are blunted, not able to hear the signaling of the hormones themselves, and toxins like to bind onto damaged cell receptors. Okay, amino acid transport. Metabolism of toxins and carcinogens, that's your detox. Metabolizing and getting rid of toxic sources. It enhances your immune system. This is all glutathione. Glutathione prevents oxidative damage and inflammation. It's the mother of all antioxidants, glutathione is. It's needed to make STP, which is ATP production, and it's limited by the amount of glutathione available. So if you're feeling sluggish, glutathione can help with cellular energy and your body's ability to have more energy. So I want to explain and break all that information down to you of glutathione, okay, so you can understand this a little bit better. So glutathione is the strongest antioxidant in the world, and this is what your body produces, okay? It's in every cell of your body, and if levels drop too much, the cell dies. Now you can go again onto PubMed and look at all the links between glutathione and cancer, glutathione and dementia, glutathione and this disease, glutathione and that disease. Because if the cell is not able to reproduce and build up to become stronger and it dies, you have cell division and proliferation, and this can lead to many chronic illnesses such as cancer. Your cells can actually live longer without oxygen and water and food than they can without glutathione. Glutathione is 5,000 times stronger than any other antioxidant, such as vitamin C or vitamin E, okay? I want to explain something here. People think that they need to take vitamin C. You remember the old, what's that stuff called? Airborne, what is it? It was something, it was created by a teacher way back in the day, and it was these little packets. Emergency, yeah. Well, let me just explain to you. That Emergency is like filled with fillers and ascorbic acid, and it's a synthetic corn derivative, and it's GMO, and it's got a lot of times other stuff in there as well, like corn syrup to flavor it up and just nasty colorings. That's not good for you, okay? You're better than just eating an actual orange. Vitamin C has 5 extra electrons to donate to help promote glutathione, okay, or antioxidants. Vitamin E has 3 extra electrons to donate, okay. Glutathione has 1 million extra electrons to donate for antioxidant support, okay. Glutathione is how your cells get rid of toxins, and glutathione is why you don't get cancer, okay. So this is critical in helping your body deliver toxins out of the cell and reduce cellular inflammation. So this is one of the protocols that I have my wife on right now, is taking glutathione, this G-Cell product, in the morning, along with Cyto Detox powered by EDTA, we can talk about in another video. And at night, I'm going to have her take the bind, and then I'm going to have her cycle on with the DMSA, and I'm going to do this to help chelate the metals that are in her body. And I'm going to show you guys and take you along this journey how I'm going to get my wife's life back. Now there's some other products that I'm going to introduce to help as well, and when I get those I'll share them with you. But I really hope that this has brought a different level of understanding of glutathione and its support of cellular function in the body at reducing inflammation. If for any reason you do not understand what I'm talking about in this video, leave me a comment, please, and I will answer you. Email me at ketoguide@yahoo.com, KETOGUIDE@yahoo.com. And go visit upstreamvitality.com. I'm still working on the site day by day, little by little. And I just want to thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm here at my site to dump my load. And I would also ask that you would subscribe, like, and share this video if you found it informational and helpful. Thank you so much. And remember to have a healthy day, and we will see you on the next one, my friends. Take care.